Actually, it is a pleasure for me to be here. Are there any medical personnel here? Medical line? Yeah. Nurse, dentist, PT. Okay, so what I want to do actually was to present data from the States before when we were doing training in the US on some of the things that are useful in preventing cancer. But if you guys are distributor, a lot of patients will be coming to you and they will be asking you for a cure, actually not prevention. Filipinos have a tendency to forget about prevention. The Most of the time they will come to you because they've been told they have cancer, they have tumor, some may be malignant or not malignant. They'll come to you because they don't want to do chemotherapy or radiation or something. Unfortunately, meron ka din ba? I'm trying to look for my lecture, but it just got the virus. We'll see. So, if you were given a choice between prevention and cure, prevention is better. And basically, according to the American Cancer Society, a diet rich in fruits and vegetables has a preventive effect. However, when you go to the conventional medical doctor and you are told, or a friend of mine or family member is told that they have cancer, then they ask, is there anything that we should not eat? And the answer is, you can eat everything. And that is very, very strange, considering that if the American Cancer Society says a diet rich in fruits and vegetables have a preventive effect, how come when you have cancer, you can eat anything? Because conventional medicine doesn't believe that there's a cure yet for cancer. And they believe you're going to die anyway. So you might as well eat what you want to eat. But what we have noticed in our maybe 2 decades of experience as alternative doctor is this: if you eat what you want to eat, you either die horribly or you make the cancer grow faster. But if you eat what you're not supposed to eat, if it's your time to go, you die without pain. You can live longer, and we have a lot of cases where they are still alive today after 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. See, you are what you eat. And if that food, those things that the American Cancer Society tells us can prevent this disease, if you had that disease, it will have at least give you a fighting chance. So we, in the alternative medicine business, do not really believe in chemotherapy. I think if we don't get the data here that we're supposed to get, I'm just going to teach you how to treat. The preventive part, you have it in your nutrition, in the enzymes and everything. But maybe we'll give you a bird's eye view on how you can apply some things to increase your chances or the patient's chances to fight cancer. If you go to different multi-level companies, they will have, well, it's like this. I would have patients come to me and maybe an MLM company will tell them, oh, you take this is good for you. And they are, no? But they don't have the system. It's like all MLM companies would at least have someone who had cancer and have been helped with the products that they have. But then you have to know the system. Why do we get cancer? What causes cancer? When we were in med school, they tell us it's inherited. Just like diabetes, it's inherited. Just like heart disease, hypertension, inherited. Everything is inherited. What can you do if it's inherited, if it's in your genes? Guhit ng palad. Huh? Can you do anything? Of course, if you were born with a less than better nose, you can have a nose slip. And maybe if you lost hair more, you can have some transplant or something. But if you have a genetic predisposition to having cancer, what can you do? But the research in the nutritional business says genes can actually be changed. Yung expression ng genes, yung ability to produce a certain disease can be modulated by nutrition. So if you know what is good for you, it can help you reverse or even prevent the progression of your tendency to have cancer or so on. And of course, we are told it's not genetics, it's lifestyle. So lifestyle, you can do something about. So we've had patients that have been told, or you only have a 3 months, 3 months to live, 3 days to live. We have a hospital in Subic before when they bring us those kind of patients. What can you do? 3 days, 3 months to live. So you have to know the system. There are more than 50 different techniques of treating cancer alternative-wise. There's the Gerson program, there's the Dr. William Kelly program, there's the Hallelujah Diet program, there's the Huxley program, there's the Dr. Hulda Clark program. Now in China, they're doing cryotherapy, they're doing phototherapy, and so on. But the thing is, what if you don't have the financial capability? What if the only thing you can afford maybe would be what's around you? You know, you go to the market. What if you cannot afford to go to China to have cryotherapy or go to Tijuana to do the Gerson program? We have to understand why we develop cancer, how we can prevent it, and what to do. In med school, we were taught that we should be able to, well, our professors in medicine, we were a pilot group, and we were given specific instruction that if you meet a patient, you should be able to teach that patient how he got sick, what is the preventive techniques, and what is the medical technique that you will use. So we spend time talking with patients. And wala dyan. My wife couldn't find the thing. So the same concept I brought into alternative medicine. But the difference is we teach patients this is how you develop cancer, or probably one of the causes of cancer. This is the medical treatment. This is the preventive one, and this is the alternative technique. So by the time the patient leaves us, even if they don't come back, we've been able to give knowledge. Yeah, where's Macy? Oh yeah, that'll be another lecture. Okay, so when we see patients come in, this is how we would do it. We'd assess what is your problem, what stage. Obviously, let's not use it. I'll just write here. And what we see is that the patients will be coming because they are hoping against hope that they can still do something. Or they just don't want to do chemotherapy, or they just don't want to do radiation or surgery, for the obvious reason that when they do surgery, it's not the cure. Can everybody speak English, or should I speak Taglish? Okay, I'm sorry, I speak Tagalog. Okay, somebody has to translate for him. So, cancer. Actually, I love writing like this rather than a computer. Cancer. Diba? You know yung Sagittarian sign ng cancer? Ano itsura? Crab. Okay. So, crab, ibig sabihin, when cancer hits you, nakakapit siya. Parang talangka, parang crab, no? And so, ang nangyayari is that when they remove the bukol, no, the tumor, inalis nila, magaling ka na ba nun? Oh, sabi niya, tatanggalin po namin yung buong dibdib nyo because meron kang bukol na ganito kaliit, no? Doc, okay, I followed your advice. You remove everything. Okay na po ako? Okay, and then what do I do next? Chemotherapy. Huh? Now, if you check yung chemotherapy, well, actually what we do first is biopsy. Okay? So, biopsy. So, first you have to have a mass, a bukol, no? Yan. So, anong tinitingnan mo sa bukol? Cells, mga cells, no? To find out kung yung bukol is malignant or not, you do a biopsy. So, a biopsy, there are many types of biopsy. There's excision biopsy, tinanggal mo yung bukol, saka mo pag-aralan, or there's needle biopsy. Needle biopsy, kukuha sila ng karayom, tutusukin nila yung bukol. And the bukol may have bad cells, but they may have good cells also. Huh? And it depends on what that needle hits. Pag tinusok po yan, pwede nga makuha niya bad cells, which is good, kasi at least then you know, or good cells, which is bad, because then you did not hit the bad cells, and you have a false negative result. Ah, hindi po cancer. It's not cancer because there's no cancer cells. Then you notice the tumor growing fast. Then the next biopsy, ah, malignant pala. So it gave you a false negative. Or it can give you a positive result, but when they remove the needle, oh, naku, this is, okay. How come, yeah, the bad cells are spread out through the bloodstream and go somewhere else. We call that seeding. And then when it grows in that area, we call that metastasis. Seeding, nagpunla. No? Metastasis, kumalat, lumipat. No? And yung pag metastasis niya, yung paglipat niya, magsasabi kung anong stage. So staging may be because of size or because of location. Kung saan siya nagpunta. Halimbawa, sa breast. Kung ito yung breast, dito lang yung bukol, maliit lang siya, stage 2. Kung malaki na siya, stage 3. Kung nagpunta siya sa kilikili, let's say 20 yung kulani, yung lymph nodes, no? At 5 lang siya, stage 2B. Kung 20 yung kulani, 20 siya, stage 3 na siya. Kung tumalon sa brain, tumalon sa spinal cord, tumalon sa liver, stage 4 siya. Maski maliit lang yung bukol na yun. So, ayan, thank you. Meron po tayong pangbura. So, the biopsy looks at the cell. Titingnan niya yung cell ng bukol. Ano yung, what is that bukol made of? So, cells. So, actually po, our body is made out of 60 to 100 trillion cells. And those cells replaces. So, if you have the cells on your face, the skin on the cells on your face, nagre-replace yan every 5 days. So, nagpapalit siya. In the face, 5 days. Sa skin on the body, it replaces every 7 days. No? So, if I were to have a wound here and I would apply a suture, no, tatahian ko siya, after 5 days, healed na yung, tatanggalin na namin yung suture. We'll remove the suture. Kasi expected namin nag-replace na yung skin dito. Same thing with the body. Now, if this is a normal cell, if you give it certain things, it will form normal cell. Diba? But sometimes a normal cell can give rise to cancer cell. On the average, we produce from 1,000 to 4,000 cancer cells every day. So do you all have cancer? We do, cancer cells. But we don't all have the mass, the bukol, no? The tumor. A person may form cancer cells maybe several times in their lifetime, but because malakas yung immune system niya, nadi-destroy nila. Okay? Nobody's perfect. We all develop bad cells. So, natanong, why do we get cancer? Because if we don't know how it develops, how can you heal or how can you prevent it? So if you say it's inherited, what can you do about that? Change your family? You can't, diba? So, but if it's lifestyle, then you can do something. Let's say in your family, all of you develop certain types of cancer. Then it's either there's a genetic problem or there's something very common in the family. For example, I will have patients with diabetes, and their great-grandfather and grandfather didn't have diabetes. So I cannot say it's genetics, diba? So they say, oh, it's our family. You know, we have this. It's a tendency in our family. And you go far back enough, and you cannot see na may diabetes yung mga parents na. So sabi ko, yeah, okay. You are not a family of diabetics. You love to eat food. You're a family of food lovers, no? That's why you ended up with diabetes. You had the same lifestyle, you ended up with the same problem. So, change the lifestyle. There's something wrong with this. Whiteboard, di ba? But it's supposed to be whiteboard, pero how come? Hindi alam, no? Anyway, so we get all these technical difficulties, huh? Yeah, maybe somebody doesn't want us to learn about cancer, huh? Maybe the drug company corrupted the data. Sorry. Actually, there's a lot of lectures here on death by prescription. So, um, but that's a different lecture. Okay, so this is how we tell our patients. Okay, this is a, if this is a, oh my goodness. Uh-huh. Okay, so this is the normal cell, and when something is wrong, it produces bad cells. Okay, this is normal cell, and then this is cancer cell. Ah, see, magic, no? See, now you know why I married her. Ah, okay, courtesy of. That's what enzyme does. Ay, di ba, bot? Okay, dito na sa baba. Nasaan yung mga, I have two nurses that are supposed to be my assistant. May mga bag. Okay. So if this is a normal cell, we have what we call healthy cell theory. No? The healthy cell theory, because notice, to find a diagnosis of cancer, we study the cell. Di ba? So when we treat patients, you treat them cellularly, not by organs. Do you get what I'm getting at? Kasi, let's say, you've got a heart problem. Di ba? You go to a cardiologist. Bibigyan ka ng gamot. No? And that medicine is going to trigger a problem in your kidneys. So then they have to refer you to a nephrologist, and the nephro will give you a medicine for your kidney, which will in turn damage your liver. So then they refer you to a gastroenterologist. They give you medicine, sisirain yung mga nerves mo, and they refer you to a neurologist. So you'll have one doctor treating your kidney, your liver, and so on. And if you end up in the ICU, in the intensive care unit, you have all those names there, each one charging ICU rates. How much is an ICU rate? Rate? Pardon? Oh, that's a very conservative estimate, no? Uh-huh. 2,000 intensive care unit yun, no? One visit, one day. They charge by the day, no? Because even if he doesn't visit, the nurses call him. Okay. So imagine mo, you have 5, 6 doctors handling you. And it's terrible, di ba? So in alternative medicine, that is not how we treat patients. We treat them holistically, no? We don't treat one heart and one lung, and we don't do it that way. Medicine has become so specialized that someday there'll be a different doctor for your left nostril and your right nostril. No? That's what's happening now. Okay, I like this better. No? Okay, so a healthy cell. Anong need ng healthy cell? Nutrition. Okay, nutrition. And by the way, nutrition will include vitamins, minerals, enzymes, etc. No? Then, ano pa? Water. And then, oxygen, di ba? Oxygen. Environment should be alkaline, and the waste should be eliminated. That's what we call the basic need of the cell. As long as the cell is getting all this, you're going to have a healthy cell. But anytime something becomes different, the alkaline becomes acidic, di ba? The oxygen becomes less. The water, not so nice. The nutrition becomes less. And the waste is unable to be excreted out, hindi mailabas. Then the next generation of cells are going to be diseased. And if they keep trying to repair themselves and they don't get repaired, then you form cancer cells. And cancer cells are mutated cells. They're trying to cope. But these cancer cells are retarded, baby-like, fast-growing cells. Kasi merong baby cell, may mature cell. So fast-growing cells. So what causes these cell to become a bad cells? Ang sagot namin in natural medicine is toxins. Toxin overload. No? Waste are unable to be eliminated out. Enzymes are low. Patient is eating too much raw, cooked food. No? Unable to process it well. So you develop toxin buildup in the body. So example with your food, junk food, no? Stress, late nights. Why late nights? Hormones go crazy if you don't sleep early. Okay. The Senator Villar was trying to put a law together which prevents women from doing night shift. Research abroad showed that hormones go crazy and estrogen goes up, especially for those on night shift. And if that happens, then you get prone to breast cancer, ovarian cancer, even a cyst, ovarian cyst, myoma, and so on. So late nights. What else? Cigarette. A stick of cigarette has about 1,000 toxic elements, and you haven't even lighted it up, no? 1,000 lason po meron sa silang sigarilyo. If you set it on fire, you'll have about 4,000 to 6,000 poisonous substance. Out of the 6,000 poisonous substance, 1,000 can cause cancer. So, meron pong carcinogen yan ang tinatawag, no? 1,000 carcinogen. So, it's like playing Russian roulette. You got 4,000 to 6,000 poisonous substance, and out of them, meron kang 1,000 cancer-producing substance. What else? Certain medications, no? In the expose that we used to give, there are several drugs in the market that has been known to cause cancer in the test animals. And the drug company knew about it, but some of them falsified the data that they gave the Food and Drug Administration in the States. Example would be metformin, which is anti-diabetic, aldactone, which is a diuretic, yung mga anti-allergy, no, Claritin, Hismanal, Iterax, no, these are drugs that has been known to have cancer-producing potential, no? So marami pa po. There's a lot of other drugs, no? So medications, the pills, of course, these are hormones, no, so they can produce certain chemicals. Heavy metals, no? Aluminum, asbestos, mercury, you know, they used to put it in the fillings. And we've been giving warning to the dentists for several decades. Of course, now they're banning the use in thermometers and blood pressure apparatus, no? But some of us still has the mercury filling in your tooth or teeth. Ano pa? Radiation, no? Yeah, electropollution, we call them. Certain chemicals in the environment, etc. All this harms the cell. Pero nagre-regenerate po yan, no? But if you are exposed again and again and again, then pretty soon you're going to be producing more cancer cells than normal. However, if your immune system is strong, then you have a protective effect against cancer. Now, there are different theories in how the body protects itself from bad cells. I'm more partial to what we call the Dr. John Beard pancreatic theory of cancer, or enzymatic theory of cancer. We have our white blood cell, yung sundalo ng katawan natin sa CBC, yung white blood cell, no? The white blood cell is negatively charged. Cancer cells are positively charged. So, the negative charge will be attracted to the positively charged. So, yung white blood cell natin is patrolling the blood. If it sees a bacteria or a fungus, or a cancer cells, it is attracted. But cancer cells have a thick protein coating that is negatively charged. This thick protein coating camouflages, no? Parang nakabalat kayo po siya. Hindi siya basta-basta ma-recognize ng ating immune system. So, pag nakita siya ng immune system natin, hindi siya kilala, no? And some of the white blood cells are in the checkpoint. So, meron nagpapatrol na sa checkpoint. Pag may nadaan na cancer cells at nakilala siya, sabi ng ating mga white blood cells sa checkpoint, nasan ID mo? Where's your ID? No? No ID, no entry. So, checkpoints sa mga lymph nodes, sa mga kulani, no? For our immune system to recognize the enemy, we need enzymes. Yan. Hindi lang po mga fruit enzymes, no? So, enzymes, no? So, itong enzymes, no, where do we get it? Yan. Actually, we get it from raw food, no? Raw food, which are fruits and fresh vegetables, di ba? But internally, we get it from our pancreas. So, yung pancreas natin also produce enzymes. Now, we know that the pancreas use the enzymes to digest food. Pero we didn't know, hindi na ituro sa med school, hindi na ituro sa atin noon sa pag-aaral natin that the enzymes are also used by the body to fight invaders. Kasi pag natunaw ng enzymes tong protein coating, ayan, nakahubad na siya. Kilala na siya. But our pancreatic enzymes can get depleted. Halimbawa, mayat maya, kain tayo ng animal protein, meat, chicken, egg, milk, and even fish, although not too much on fish. Kung laging yan yung diet mo, you are actually depleting your pancreas of the enzymes. If you're eating more than 3 times a day, breakfast, merienda, lunch, merienda, hapunan, midnight snack, you are depleting your enzymes. And if you're not fond of eating fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, or lutong-luto masyado yung vegetable mo, you're also depleting that. So when there's already too much toxin in the body for how many years, no? 10 years, 15 years, who knows, no? And na-deplete na yung power ng pancreas mo and your raw food, your immune system is down, one day, you develop a tumor. The tumor or buccal or cancer, no? The tumor is the result of 2 things, toxic overload and immune system that did not do its job kasi depleted na itong powers na to. So, ito po yung cause. Yung root cause. Ito lang po yung bunga. Now, medicine will concentrate on the bunga, no? So, what will they do? First, do biopsy. In which case, with the biopsy, you have a tendency to spread the tumor somewhere else, no? Seeding. Then the next thing to do is surgery. Di ba? Sabi nga, Doc, nag-surgery na ako. I'm cured. No, you're not. So, tatanggalin yung bukol. Pero pag nag-opera, hindi ganyan lang, no? Ang opera po sa cancer is this big, including the checkpoint. There was a patient that was brought to us, but they did not stay. She was a 6-year-old girl with a cancer on her foot, no? And what they did was to cut the entire leg from her groin, no? After a few weeks, nag-develop on the left. So removing the buccal, the tumor is not the cure, no? And then chemotherapy. Now, notice, no? Baby-like fast-growing cells, di ba? Cancers are baby-like fast-growing cells. Now, chemotherapy destroys baby-like fast-growing cells. Kaya pag tinignan po nyo, may libro kami. Ang pangalan ay memes, no? Yan, okay. Technical, no? Nakikita nyo po ba? Can you see? Okay. So, yung memes po, nabibili yan sa National Bookstore, okay? So, if you check, titignan mo yung chemotherapy medicine, nakalagay anti-neoplastic, okay? And then, sasabihin na doon kung anong cancer yung ginagamot niya. Then, it will say hepatotoxic, no? And mamaya ito, explain ko kung yan. Nephrotoxic, no? Neurotoxic. Tapos sabi doon, bababa yung red blood cell, white blood cell, platelet, no? Then nakalagay doon, cancer pain. Then nakalagay doon, secondary cancers. Yung mismong chemotherapy can cause cancer, no? Kaya sinabing hepatotoxic, yung baby liver cell, lalasunin niya, no? Nephrotoxic, lalasunin niya yung kidney. Neurotoxic, lalasunin niya yung nerves and brain. And then, sabi cancer pain, nilason mo yung mga nerves, siyempre in pain yung pasyente from head to foot. Then after the patient is having pain, they will be given pain reliever na for a while will work. But while you're giving the pain reliever, the tumor is growing. Kasi this is causing acidity into the blood and it will make the tumor grow more. And then it will cause secondary cancer. Why? When you do chemotherapy, you're adding more toxins and depressing the immune system more. Yeah. So after that, radiation therapy, no? And did I not say radiation can also cause cancer, di ba? So, yan po yan. We call it the slash, burn, and poison method. Tanong, is there a cure for cancer now? Check the internet. Medically, meron na bang cure? Wala. Therefore, since there's no cure yet, these are experimental method. Tell me, now the truth. If I were to poison your liver, your kidney, your brain and nerves, and lower your red blood cell, white blood cell, will you grow, I won't say grow old, no? will you live longer? Yeah. Di ba? You will never age because you died young, no? Anti-aging, no? If you were a Christian and you are going to do all these things on a human being, then you tell God, Lord, please make my patient healthy and live longer. And you know what God will say? Are you crazy? You don't plant a tomato and expect to get an apple, di ba? If I were to plant a tomato and I pray, maupod na yung tuhod ko, Lord, lumuha na ako ng dugo, that tomato is gonna stay a tomato, no? This thing is gonna happen whether you have faith or not. You're gonna go downhill, no? But if I were to plant an apple seed in the Philippines and put fertilizer and water it and take good care of it, and then I pray to God, Lord, let this apple seed grow in the Philippines, I would get a better result than someone planting a tomato and expect it to become an apple tree. That is natural healing. What you plant, you reap. So, they are concentrating on the tumor but not on the cause of the tumor. Siyempre, if you know what causes the cancer, then you know what to prevent from. Diba? Preventive wise, do something about this. Physically wise, do something about the immune system. Get more of this. Okay. So once the patient has the tumor, we don't just treat the bukol. You treat the whole thing. So notice the role of your enzymes. Nandito po yung role ng enzymes. But you can use enzymes to also dissolve this. Diba? So you have to have the weapons to use. And there's quite a lot. No? You've heard of Gabano leaves, no? Ano ba yung graviola, no? Graviola is very common in the Philippines. You've heard of lemongrass, no? Tanglad, no? You've heard of turmeric, no? Hindi naman mahal yun. So if you were to get, let's say you get a patient and you want to help, use what is available. You can bombard that patient with enzymes, but you teach them, oh, you have to change your lifestyle. Yan. Nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa taong gawa. Diba? If you don't do your part, God is not gonna do His part. Kasi He's not gonna go against your wish. No? I've had patient na, Dok, pagaling mo ko pero kailangan gusto ko pa rin yung pagkain ko. No? I had a patient with cancer, breast cancer. Ang laki-laki na, so big. And she's still smoking. No? So, for those kind of patients, siguro bentahin nyo na lang ng benta ng supplements. No? Baka yun lang ang way niya to fight. But you know, even if you don't have the supplements, if you know the principle, maski bawang sibuyas luya lang yan, God can use that to heal you. No? Kasi God can use whatever is around you. I have a patient before, he didn't have money. What he did is clay therapy on the bukol, no? And started, may powerful juicer siya, but nakapag-invest siya, and he was juicing grass, carabao grass. You want to be as strong as a carabao? No? Nag-heal, nag-repair yung buto niya na kinain ng cancer, no? They did radiation, it didn't work. They did chemotherapy, it didn't work. No more money. They did that. We had a patient from PGH, large tumor in the neck, no, cancer. So they did radiation 33 times. It got bigger. Then they did brachytherapy twice. Got so big, they said, you do chemotherapy. Sabi niya, Doc, I don't have money anymore. So he comes to us in a wheelchair, sitting down. No more money. So you have to work with what the patient can do. So I told him, okay, go home. Nothing but papaya for 1 month. No, papaya, green and ripe. He did that for 1 month. During that, the first time he said, "Oh, papaya is my favorite." No, after 1 month, di na niya favorite. But the tumor shrunk. No, he was given only a few months to live. He survived 6 months. 6 years. 6 years. The tumor disappeared. During that first month, his nephew had a small plot of papaya tree, and it never ever bore fruit. No, but during that 1 month, it was bearing fruit. When I shifted him from his diet, he stopped bearing fruit. No, see, God will help you. Even if whatever is in your hand, He will use it. No, okay. So treat the problem. So how do we do that? For toxins, we detoxify through cleansing diet. No? If a diet rich in fruits and vegetables can prevent cancer, then you concentrate on that. You feed your body, but you don't feed the cancer cells. Now, what about sweets? Fruits are sweets. Your body can still get rid of it. Although the advice is, mas marami yung vegetable kaysa sa fruits. Yan. So diet, what else? Herbs, may mga herbs that are cleansers, no? Yung mga herbs na magpapapupo, no? Herbs na magpapaihi, herbs na magpapainit ng katawan, so you sweat out, no? Better trabaho ng atay, ng kidney and everything, no? And then, what else? Physical therapy. So yung mga therapy, paano ka mapalabas yung toxins? We have 6 organs that clean up toxins. Sige po, sige po. Okay, okay. Are you learning po ba? May natuto. Siguro blessing in disguise na rin, no? Kasi treatment agad yung inaan natin, no? Okay. By the time you finish this, you can now advise. Well, it's like this. The American model of medicine is the most expensive healthcare system in the world. And hindi siya applicable sa Philippine setting. But if we want to be able to treat those who are up in the upper income level and the lower income level, natural way would be the way to go. No? Because with alternative medicine, you can use what's in the palengke, no? Or you can use what's in the wealthy options, no? Sa mga mas mahal na lugar, no? So you are not limited to the budget ng patient. When I was a young boy, my dad wanted me to become a missionary. But you know, when you're a medical doctor and walang pera yung patient, you cannot treat, no? Magpapaluwal ka, no? And we were doing that in the place where we're at. Mamumulubi ka, no? Kasi everything you have to give away. But with natural healing, you can teach the patient what to do. Huh? So you have 3 problems when you have cancer, no? You have palit ulit. Bakit? Okay. You have the bukol, no? Mukhang hindi ganun kaganda, no? You have the toxic overload that took X years, no? I don't know how many years, 10, 15, 20 years, depende, no? You have your immune system that is weak. And you have the bukol, the tumor, no? So, treat them all. Don't just treat the bukol. So, what? You did the diet, no? So, you can check the internet. Merong Hallelujah Diet Program, no? Meron diyang Dr. Mormon program. I like the Dr. Mormon because it allows fish. But there are patients who really, you have to do a complete total vegetarian program. So 80% raw or fresh. The farm is doing 85%, no? And 20% or 15% cook. So we allow cooked food. But remember, the cooked food is only an add-on. Huh? It doesn't have enzymes. Eh? If you want to fight cancer, as rich in enzymes as possible. Raw food lang yun. No? But people cannot chew. Let's say wala silang ngipin, no? It's so hard for them to chew. So then you give it in the juice form. So the Dr. Gerson program advises a 10 to 13 glasses of juices per day. Yes. Mahirap gawin, no? Okay. So ngayon, if may fluid overload yung patient, concentrate mo na lang, wag mo nang dagdagan ng water, no? So instead of quantity, quality. Essentially, that's what I want about the enzymes kasi that's 100 plus fruits, you know? So you like that. 150, no? Oo. Baka hindi nila kayang inumin yung ganong karami kasi. So you can at least concentrate. Okay, what else? The herbs. So there are herbs that the patient can use. So yung pang-local na lang gawin natin para hindi masyadong mahirapan kayo, no? Nandiyan yung cleansing herbs, mga pito-pito, no? Pampaihi, pampadumi, no? Sometimes we use charcoal, no? Activated charcoal if you're familiar with that, no? Yan. Kung walang pabili, clay. Pero sigurado yung malinis yung putik, no? Iniinom yan, tinatapal, marami pong gamit, no? And then, physical therapy, no? Tahibo is a cleanser, no? Tahibo. Ampalaya is a cleanser, blood cleanser and blood builder, no? Okay, so yung mga mapapait na herb, panglinis yun ng toxins. Ha? Balat ng nara, no? Mahogany, these are all blood cleansers, blood purifier. Now, physical therapy, you have 6 organs na kailangan maglinis. There's the kidneys, no? There's the colon, yung bitukang malaki, no? There's the lungs, naglilinis din yan. There's the skin. There's the mga liver, no? Then yan yung mga lymphatics, yung mga kulani natin. Naglilinis po lahat ng blood yan. You don't develop cancer if they were doing their job, no? So, hindi nila ginawa yung trabaho nila, magdo-double time sila. If it took you 10 to 20 years for this toxin to build up, you have to clean up in 3 weeks to 6 months as fast as you can. Okay. How do you do that? You do double time. No? Sweat out. So for kidneys, water therapy and juices will make you urinate more, no? For colon, they do enema, labatiba, no? Okay, they do probiotics, mga good bacteria, no? By the way, the enzymes can also help with that, but you may want to add probiotics, no? Fibers, kailangan mong fibers, no? Lots of water. So, meron kaming ginagawa minsan po na if you don't want to do an enema, we do a water flush, no? Just drinking 6 glass in 10 to 15 minutes, you're gonna make poo-poo there, no? Linis lang gusto yan. Double time ka eh. The lungs, deep breathing exercise, no? Skin, you have to sweat out. Steam bath, sauna, no? Sauna suit kung gusto mo, no? Plastic wrap, cellophane wrap, no? Punta ka sa mga beauty salon, pag-aralan mo yung ginagawa nila, magbalot ka ng plastic, no? Ano pa? Charcoal poultice, no? Check nyo po sa internet. These are some things that yung liver, sleep early. Eat early, sleep early. Yung dinner, we always make it into blended form. If you want your enzymes to go higher, yung sarili mong enzymes, either you go on a blended diet for a while para makarest yung inyong pancreas. So it starts producing. And sometimes we give pancreatic tablets, no? And so when I treat cancer patient, I use 2 enzymes, pancreatic enzymes and life enzyme. Ginagamit po namin yon. Oh, actually, there was a company before life enzyme. I was using those enzymes. I don't care where the enzymes come from as long as I can use them, huh? Okay, lymphatics, massage, no? Exercise will make your lymphatics work. Pero yung mga pasyenteng natanggalan na ng kulani sa left arm, so sila na, wala na dito. So dito ka na lang mag-work, no? Because usually their arms get bloated and swollen because the lymphatics doesn't work here anymore. Okay, so yun physical therapy. Yung immune system, how do you build up? Oh, you give vitamin C, juices, no? There are some things that can boost the immune system like garlic, onions, yellow ginger, no? Sa palengke lang naman nabibili yan, di ba po? Okay. Yeah. You can get the green juices from plants, no? We call that chlorophyll, no? Something to boost the immune system. You can give Dito kasi tahibo, pero nagbo-boost din ng immune system yung tahibo, no? Yung lemongrass, halimbawa, no? Yeah. So, to boost the immune system, sometimes we have reflex points. We do acupuncture to boost the immune system. What we tell our patient is, go to the national bookstore. There are books there on acupressure point para alam mo kung ano ipe-press mo, no? At least you can use your finger to press on those points. Then sa bukol, we use things that can dissolve the bukol. Actually, enzymes pa rin po yan, no? There is a natural chemotherapy that we use, and it's banned in the US before, until 22 states allow its sale. Ang pangalan po niyon, Latril, no? South America and Germany are using it as a natural chemotherapy agent. Ang natural source po ng Latril is kamuting kahoy. Kamuting kahoy, no? So partner po yan. Yung kamuting kahoy plus yung pancreatic enzymes or yung mga enzymes, nagtutulungan po yan to shrink the bukol, no? So, kamuting kahoy, meron din pong apricot seeds, pero wala naman dito masyado yan, no? Laman, yung bunga, no? Yan. Hilaw po yun, hilaw. Opo, yung cyanide component, yung pumapatay doon sa tumor. Yan. Hindi ka naman kakain ng marami noon, no? Sinisimulan po namin at 4 inches length, no? And you add 2 cups of water, and you juice it, and then you strain, no? And you drink 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the afternoon. Yan, it's a natural anti-tumor, no? Hanggang doon lang. Meron pang variation po yan, pero at least mura lang siya, kamuting kahoy lang, no? This is a very simple way that you can use to fight tumors or cancer, no? Matrabaho po siya, no? Matrabaho siya. But if the doctor is aggressive enough to remove your entire breast, no, then poison you with a chemical that will damage your kidney, your liver, and everything. Not to get a small tumor like this, tanggal nila lahat, no? Then they do radiation, and never mind if they burn you for 33 days, in order to save your life, no? You've been chopped, you've been poisoned, you've been burned. You should be as aggressive. It's your body. And if you have to take several sachets of enzymes and several, maybe 20 to 30 tablets at a time, they're all bodybuilders naman. They're all boosting the immune system. Do it. Life or death. Kasi babawiin mo po yung 10 to 20 years na nag-produce ka ng cancer eh. So your immune system, yung vitamins at minerals ng 10 to 20 years, ibomba mo na in the next 3 weeks to 6 months. Because that can dictate whether you live or die. Pag kumalat na po yun, medicine will just say, oh, you have only a few months to go. No? Yan. So, yun po, yung pinaka-simple way to prevent and to fight. How to prevent? Okay. Pwede nga po, prevent. Kinokopya mo ba? Ay, kinokopya yata. Kinokopya mo ba? Okay na. Sige, mabilis. That's why doctors have very ugly penmanship, no? Kasi the professor would be talking so fast, and we get that for years of med school. So you have to write fast. So yung sarang nasa data ko, ito yon. Isusulat ko lang, mabilis. Okay. First, for prevention, stay away from carcinogen. Know what carcinogens are. Ano ba yung carcinogen? Ano ba yung mga bagay na nagkukos ng cancer, no? Yan. Ano ba sa English yung inihaw? Barbecue. Yung ano? Grill. Yung ano? Charcoal, charbroiled, no? Ganun nga? Charbroiled? Char-grill. Nagpo-produce po kasi ito ng benzopyrene, no? Benzopyrene. And other cancer-producing substance. And kung brown na brown siya o lutong-luto, the more cancer-producing substance. Kung may gravy ka pa, mas lalo na, no? So, kung meron pa siya mga tosino yung salitre, Alam niyo sa litre? Mas lalo. Ito pa lang po, this is more for colon cancer, no? If you're eating meat, uh, once a week, you have about a 70-80% chance of getting colon cancer. If you're eating meat every day, you have a 120% chance of getting colon cancer. So what happens when you have a heavy meat eater? Nakadikit po yung fat sa bituka mo. It takes about a week for your body to eliminate that. So kaya nung araw walang cancer noon kasi paminsan-minsan lang pagka Pasko, piyesta handaan yung pagkain lang karne at the most once a week, no? And their body is able to eliminate it. And they are physically active, no? And they don't have merienda, they only eat 3 meals a day. Huh? So if you have more, then you're depleting your pancreatic enzymes. Naget niyo po? When we have patients with cancer, we tell them, okay, yung first week or so, blend mo yung lahat ng pagkain mo to give your pancreas time to rest. After that, you can have a 2 meals solid and yung dinner mo blended to give your pancreas time to go back online. If you have also some enzymes you take during mealtime, di mas maganda. But for fighting cancer, you also have to take your enzymes in between meals. Kasi if you take enzymes with meal, they will digest the meal. But you have to take them in between meals para matunaw niya yung mga barabara, yung mga tumor, yung mga bukol at iba pa. Ha? Okay, carcinogens, napakarami pong carcinogens, no? So yun yung una, what causes cancer, no? Medyo may idea na po tayo, no? Frequent meals, no? Stress, exposure to carcinogen, no? Stress. What? Lack of exercise, no? Ano pa? Dehydration, no? Kulang yung intake mo ng water, no? Too much cooked food, no? Kaya sa cancer po, cooked food are just an add-on. It's the raw food that you use to fight, no? Certain medications, yung pong fluoride has been known to cause cancer in the lowest level, ha? Yan. So, check nyo po sa internet, no? There's a story behind how or why fluoride ended up in a toothpaste, no? And ano pa? Aluminum, which is found in your deodorant, no? Has been known to cause cancer. So, the breast, ang toxins are released from the breast through the kilikili, no? Maglalagay ka ngayon ng antiperspirant, no? May aluminum pa. And then you have this tight wire thing, no? So, hindi siya maganda, hindi siya healthy. Of course, our aluminum ware also, no? Yung mga dilata natin, kung lagi ka nakadilata, no? Akala mo, omega oil, no? Pero naka sa dilata, na-absorb yun, no? So many things, no? Fumes sa paligid natin, chemicals. So actually, we live in a toxicity, no? Toxicity. Okay, toxicity, no? And we have to do something about that, no? Number 2, boost the immune system, no? Actually, may mga website po sa internet where you can check on what are the toxic things in a supermarket, in the environment. Magiging paranoid ka lang, no? So we tell our patient, if God made it, eat it. If man made it, read it. If you can't even read it or pronounce it, don't eat it, no? Yan. So boost the immune system, no? So proper timing of meals, no? Di ba sinabi ko kanina, no? 3 meals a day, no? May kwento po, no? May pasyente, diabetic, babae siya, overweight, taas ang uric acid, mataas ang cholesterol, mataas ang lahat ng blood test niya, puro abnormal, no? So she comes to the doctor and the doctor tells her you have to exercise and you have to have 3 meals a day and so on and so forth. No? Yan. So umuwi yung babae, after a month, bumalik. Payat siya na. Pero haggard na haggard, no? So sabi ngayon nung doctor, bakit mo kang haggard na haggard? Well, I followed your direction. Really? Sabi ng doctor, did you eat 3 meals a day? Ay, the lady said, you mean meals? I thought it was 3 meals a day. So 3 meals a day, no? Okay, 3 meals a day. And we tell them to have light dinner, no? Wag mabigat yung dinner. Kasi our body cleanses at night. Our digestive system is about 30-35 feet long. Dapat matutulog na, wag masyadong magkain, no? And you should sleep early. Now, if you eat your meal, nung araw, they have a saying, eat like a king in the morning, no? Eat like a, ano, queen ba yun? Or prince at noon time? Eat like a pauper or a poor man at night. Baligtad ngayon, no? Now, we eat like a king at night. Eh, ano mang gagawin mo sa gabi? Matutulog ka na lang na. So, our digestive system's job at night is to clean up toxins, lalo na yung liver natin. From 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., the liver cleanses the blood. If you were to move your dinner before 6 p.m., your sugar, your cholesterol, your uric acid will start going down, including your weight, no? And if you were to sleep early, the same thing will happen. Pero pag late ka na, nagda-diet ka nga, pero take ka na matutulog, you'll start to gain weight, no? And you're gonna have hormonal problems later on. So early sleep, no? More fibers, more raw food, no? So hindi lang when to eat, when not to eat, no? When you are stressed out, when you're worried, don't eat, no? Mag-take ka lang soup or juice, something na madaling i-digest natin, no? Exercise more, no? Regular time in sleeping and eating. Kasi we have our clock. We have a biological clock. When your biological clock is messed up, you produce abnormal hormones. Kaya yung mga nagko-call center, they are really prone to quite a lot of problem. Baka yung pinagtrabaho nila kulang pa sa pagpapagamot nila, no? So regular timing of meals and sleep. Yan. Stress reduction, no? Adequate time of rest. Yan. Church and prayer. Kasi ang findings nila, people who go to church or have a religious or prayer life or something like that, less prone to cancer. Actually, one of the other thing is one wife or something, one spouse. No? Remember, if you have more spouse or more, ano, you end up with more in-laws, di ba? That's too much stress, no? So rest, no? So a family life, no? Which can be a little bit, lalo na kung workaholic ka, no? So actually, if you'll notice, very practical lang siya. Ang problem is when patient has cancer, their job seems to become more important than their life. So you have to really tell them the truth, no? Na you develop cancer, you did not develop cancer overnight. Nag-start siya ng matagal na panahon, no? One analogy we give is, one day, nakita mo yung bahay mo, umuuga na, babagsak na. Your house is about to fall down because it's been eaten up by termites, no? Gaano katagal bago bumagsak yung bahay na kinain ng termite? Matagal, years, no? Now, ang treatment ng medicine would be to remove the wood with the termites, no? And then maybe put acid on it and then burn it by radiation. Wala ka ng bahay. No? In alternative medicine, this is what we do. Open the doors and the window para yung mga appliances and furniture dyan, maalis mo para gumaan yung bahay. We call that cleansing, no? And if it took years to put all this load in, you don't wait for years kasi it can fall anytime. After that, maglalagay ka ng brace. We call this boosting the immune system. Yung brace na yon, hindi normal na inalagay. Pero because the house is weak, maglalagay ka ng brace. So that will be your mega dose ng vitamin C, vitamin E, etc. No? Kung ano may mga ilalagay mo yan. And then saka mo babaklasin yung kahoy. No? And maybe replace it with stronger wood through proper nutrition. Yung wood na mabubungi yung termite. No? And your job now is to prevent the termite from recurring, from coming back. So there's a doctor named Dr. Morman, and you can check his story in the internet. He was asked, how do you fight cancer? Well, number one, shrink the tumor, no? Number two, shrink the tumor. Prevent metastasis, no? Pigilan mo yung pagkalat, no? And number three, prevent recurrence. Wag nang bumalik. How do you do that, no? Paano mo palit yung bukol? Paano mo prevent yung pagkalat? Paano mo prevent yung pagbalik? Sabi niya, diet, 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 and a wheel of iron. No? I'd probably include prayer. No? Eh, number one yun eh. God helps those who help themselves. You have to do your part. That is why we need knowledge. No? Kung si Pacquiao, hindi niya pag-aaralan yung style ng kanyang kalaban sa boxing, he's not gonna win. You have to know what makes the cancer tick. Now, in conventional medicine, hindi ka naman sasabihan. They just spend mga 2-3 minutes, just tell you to do chemotherapy. Walang bawal. You just lie down there, they chop you, do chemo, radiation, walang bawal. No? You know saan yung walang bawal? No? Pag nasa Muntinlupa ka, sinabihan ka, ano bang gusto mo ibibigay namin sa iyo? Diba? Death row. No? Imposibleng walang bawal. Kasi look at the Garden of Eden. Perfect Adam, perfect Eve, perfect everything. May binawal ba? Meron. Perfect ba yung binawal? Perfect pa rin siya. So lalo na pag hindi perfect yung kondisyon ng katawan mo, merong ibabawal sa'yo. Kasi ang expected sa'yo to prevent further damage or further getting worse at progression ng sa karamdaman. So, know your enemy. No? You know how to prevent it, and then you will know how to fight it. No? The Lord will give you more wisdom kasi everything is just at your fingertip. Eh. There's a million ways of fighting cancer. No? In medicine, it's just surgery, chemo, radiation. You go to China, it's cryotherapy. Nagdagdag sila. No? But they're still concentrating only on the bukol, not at the cause of the bukol. So, kailangan natin, alam natin yung cause. No? Para merong mabago mo. Change the chemistry of the body and your body will fight. Kung baga sasakyan, i-overhaul mo yan, tatakbo na maganda yan. No? Yun po yung ating approach. And with God's grace and God's help, we've seen, sabi natin, more miracles with natural healing than with chemo and radiation. Kasi nilason ka, eh, siguro nga, miracle lang mabuhay ka pa after being poisoned. No? Pero what we do is common sense. Common sense nga eh. Lagay mong sustansya, nutrition, then expect mo makalaban yung patient. Instead of poison, and then expect mo makalaban yung pasyente. So, that's the preventive thing. Huh? The internet has a lot of programs, mayroong iba't ibang mga program po. Ang trick is, ano yung angkop sa pasyente? Ano yung pwedeng gawin sa Pilipinas? Huh? Kung may budget sila, okay, go abroad, no? Pero I don't believe na just because walang budget yung pasyente, ay iniwanan na siya ng Panginoon. Do you agree? Okay. So, yung po yung program. I try to simplify it kasi para mas madali niyo pong matutunan, no? May question po ba? Yan, sige. Any question po? Sige po, sir. Yeah, ideal time. Okay. Ang findings po nila, the brain recharges from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. So, nagre-recharge daw siya. So, even if you sleep 1 o'clock, tapos gising ka ng 12, hindi daw niya nare-recharge yun. It should be 9 o'clock. We call it the golden period of sleep. And it coincides with the time that the liver is cleansing the toxins. So, pag gising ka pa, hindi rin siya naglilinis masyado. Kaya makita natin, nagiging garalgal yung boses natin. At yung mga kabataan, nagkakaroon ng mga pimples kasi what the liver can clean up, itatambak niya sa lungs at saka sa skin. Kaya ganoon. So, we tell them to sleep early. Yung mga telenovela, huwag na kayo magpuyat kasi mabibili mo naman sa pirated dati o i-upload mo yan eh. Wala pang patalastas, no? Okay. Meron po. May question po ba? Yes, ma'am. Or then you can take liquids afterwards. Soup, juice, or something. Hindi na kailangan magtrabaho masyado yung bituka natin. And for those with sugar and cholesterol problem, makita mo, mag-improve siya. No? Di ba nakakatuwa? High blood ka for 10, 20 years, yung pala mag-before 6 diet ka lang pala. Unti-unti bababa siya. Or yung sugar mo or yung uric acid mo. Kasi po paano ma-overdose? Pagka overdose, hindi ka na makakain doon. Masuka-suka ka na doon. Siguro naman sasabihin natin, hey, tama na. We don't advise eating it na magkasama kasi yung fruits are easy for the body to digest. Diba, kumain ka ng fruits, tapos susunod mo ng vegetable or nauna yung vegetable, inuna yung fruits. Ang tendency ng fruits, ay hindi pa siya maalis doon kasi tinutunaw pa ng bituka ng vegetable. Nagiging acidic ngayon yung fruits. So, ang rule usually, eat your fruits before the meal para mas makatulong siya sa digestion. The same time, madali mo siyang ma-eliminate. At saka hindi ka na makakain masyadong marami ng kanin kasi nakakabusog yung fruits eh. For diabetics, we allow them to eat fruits before the meal. Sabi na, how much? As much as he wants, no? Kasi pagkain niya, hindi na siya makakain ng rice masyado eh. Yan. Fruit sugar are easy for the body to eliminate. Isang lakad lang yun, wala na po yun. Okay? Meron pa po? It should be at least an hour before or an hour after. Kasi if you were eating and you're drinking while eating, you are actually diluting your enzymes, no? Hindi mo madadigest mabuti yung pagkain. So now your stomach will have to work doubly hard. Yan. Nakakahina din pala ng pancreas yun, yung sinabi ko, no? Meron pa po? Gusto mong sundan? Kasi nga po, nasanay po tayo sa ganung bagay, no? But try chewing your... Kailan kasi hydrated tayo before we eat eh. Nakasanayan po natin. So it takes hard work to change our lifestyle. Lifestyle po, nasanay po tayo doon. Meron po? Pa po? Yes, ma'am. Well, kung... kasi when a patient has cancer, he or she thinks he's just normal. Diba? Akala niya okay siya, malakas siya. Then makita niya may lump na pala. So one indication probably is laging nagkakaroon ng sore throat, tonsillitis, no? Nauubo lagi, no? Of course, yung worst indication, hindi nakakasugat, ayaw masyadong gumaling, yung mga worst indication na po yun. Usually sa ubo sipon-sipon lang, meron na pong nagkakaroon na ng indikasyon. Meron pa po? Actually, may 8 warning signs of cancer. No? Alam niyo ba yon? 8 nga ba o 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pala. Okay. Yung A is a sore that does not heal. Yung sugat na ayaw gumaling. Change in bowel habit. No? Ngayon, nag-LBM, bukas, constipated, no? Unusual bleeding or discharge. Merong lumalabas sa nipple o kaya sa dumi o sa pag-ihi, no? Bleeding or discharge. Thickening of a lump. Medyo nangapal yung isang bukol, no? Indigestion. O, I forgot the O, sorry. Teka, nagme-mental block po ako. Ocean. Unusual bleeding or discharge. Thickening of a lump. Indigestion. Nasa yung wife ko. Nurse yun eh. Where's my wife? Ano nga ba yung ano? Caution. C-A-U-T-I-O-N. Hindi, yung O. Obvious, ano? Obvious. Yung N. I forgot what's obvious. Check yun lang sa internet. No? But C-A-U-T-I-O-N is an acronym for 7 things na maaari magbigay sa inyo ng warning. No? So, N, anong N? So, sorry. Thickening of a lump in the breast o kung saan man. Nangangapal siya. Biglang lumalaki siya. No? Then, indigestion, obvious. Yung N is nagging cough. No? Nagging cough or hoarseness. Pabalik-balik na yun na, meron na. Hoarseness. Now, I forgot. Obvious change in a wart or mole, no? wart or mole. Yung mole po, yung nunal o kulugo, no? Which change in a wart or mole, no? Yan. So, kung meron kang dalawa, tatlo niyan, medyo mag ano ka. Sa amin po, we don't do biopsy, no? We look for other things, other way to find out. Di ba sabi ko, okay, cancer cells are immature baby-like cells, no? Immature, retarded, baby-like cells. O sabi natin special child siya, no? Baby-like cells. So may mga lab test po na ginagawa ang medical, no? Kung ang cancer po ay nagpunta na sa colon o sa large intestine, they have something called CEA, no? It's a blood test. CEA means C is colon, no? Sa bituka, embryonic or baby-like, no? Antigen. So pag tumas po yan, possibly may bukol siya sa large intestine, no? Meron din pong tinatawag na AFP. Ito po ay from the liver, no? Hindi ibig sabihin yan Armed Forces of the Philippines, no? A is alpha, F is fetus or baby protein. Now they notice that cancer cells produce a certain chemical called beta-HCG. Beta-HCG is found in the urine of pregnant women, no? Yan yung nagpa-positive sa pregnancy test, and in all types of cancer. So ano ang application yan? Kung yung pasyente ay hindi naman buntis, no? Pero tumataas yung beta-HCG sa ihi, makita mo, somewhere in the body, may cancer yung pasyente. So instead na yung bukol, i-biopsy mo, pinapacheck namin itong beta-HCG. But there's only one doctor doing it in the country. No? So you check yung unang ihi sa umaga, and pag nakita itong positive sa ihi, somewhere in the body, mayroong mga bad cells that are being produced. It can tell you 1 year bago tumubo yung tumor. And so this is what we watch out for, no? So kung may suspicion na may bukol, we call it the beta-HCG test or the Dr. Manuel Navarro test. Pilipino po ang nakapagpagawa niya ng mas maganda, no? You can check the internet about it and you will like it kasi the test costs mga 500 pesos. You get a urine sample first thing in the morning, dali mo doon sa clinic niya. Actually, patay na po yan. Yung anak niya nagpatuloy niya, no? And then, patay na yung patient, yung doctor. And then, the following day, you get a result. They send it to you by email or by fax, no? So, check nyo po sa internet yan. Ang doktor ngayon, si Dr. Efren Navarro. No? And kami mga alternative doctor, we refer patients for the test. Lalo na hindi pa nagagalaw. Gusto namin hindi pa nagagalaw. Ito po yung address niya, no? Si 553 Sining Street, nasa Santa Mesa po yan, no? Morningside Terrace Subdivision, no? In Santa Mesa. So, kung meron kayong suspicion na somewhere may problema or may family history at mukhang sa out of marami kayo, no? Baka sa lifestyle, then you may want to do this test, no? 02-714-7442. Yan po yung telephone number, no? Then saka natin gamutin kung at least may findings. Hindi mo sinugatan yung bukol, no? Ayan po. See? Meron pa pong tanong? Opo, to be on the safe side. Kasi pagka wala namang bukol, nakita namin medyo mataas, cleansing mo lang. Cleansing ka lang sa bahay. Then you observe after a month kung nagbago siya. Oo. Yung normal office time. Tapos pag Saturday, half day siya. Bahay niya yan, bahay niya. But you can check the internet. Ano ba itong Dr. Manuel Navarro test? No? Urine test. Pero pag may menses, hindi pwede. No? Or pag may UTI. Kasi nababago yung findings. Eh. Okay, meron po? Yes, ma'am. Opo, meron pong malignant, merong benign. Yes. Opo. Pero kasi po, pagka benign, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, enzymes, hindi tayo masyadong takot, no? Unless nasa brain, in which case, siyempre aggressive ka. Pero kung hindi naman po malignant, patanggal mo na lang kung wala kang tiyaga, no? Hindi naman masyadong problema yun. At least hindi ka takot na kumalat siya. Kasi benign tumor can become malignant later. Hmm. You should have bukol. You should not have mga bukol sa katawan. Maski nasabing benign siya. Now, for myoma, pag menopause na po yung pasyente, lumilit po yun. So, you don't need to remove it unless it's bleeding massively or sobrang laki. Ha? So, hindi po kailangan yun. Meron pa po? Okay? Yes. Apo, yes. Yes. Well, if you are going to use it as cancer preventive, kasi cancer likes sugar. So if you were to give metformin, bababa naman yan sugar, no? Pero ba't ka ba tumataas yung sugar? Isa pagkain lang. Why not prevent yung what you'll eat that will elevate your sugar too much instead of taking something like that, no? Hindi po. They're using it to lower sugar because they notice if the sugar is high, tumors grow. Lumalaki po yung mga bukol-bukol, nakakabukol-bukol. Opo, oho. Pero ano pa yung effect ng metformin is been known to cause harm to the kidney. When a diabetic is taking metformin and all the anti-diabetic oral medications, pag sira na yung kidney nila, they are told, oh, we have to remove you from this medicine because they're harming your kidney. We'll just give you insulin. So, you know it's damaging the kidney. So, pag nagda-dialysis na yung patient, shift na lang sa insulin. Kasi daw, bad daw sa kidney yung, yung medicine for diabetes na oral. I don't think I like the complication. No? Meron pa po? Okay, so if wala na po, thank you for listening po.
Hello, there you go. Thank you very much. But before we let you go, Doc, you mentioned earlier, no, yung mga herbs